Boa noite, chat. Oi, eu tô muito baixo. Oi, boa noite. Boa noite, como vão vocês? Como vai essa vida? Como vai essa força? Como vai esse... Como vai isso aí? Né, isso aí, essa coisa que a gente chama de vida. Hein? Que bom, Luke. Bom que estou prestando um serviço. Vai indo essas coisas aí, né? Vamos na banguela, né? É o jeito. Como vocês estão aí? Vai muito bem não? O que houve? Minha vida vai muito melhor desde que baniram um Invoke Despair no T2. Porra, foda. Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me. Saúde mental é foda. Sei bem como é. Hoje a minha saúde está extremamente mental. Também. Extremamente mental. Obrigado, desculpanda. Obrigado pelo subzinho.
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness. No, you're lying. You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Eu acho que você deveria continuar farmando o Minion da Dungeon. Cake. Wicked, obrigado pelo sub. Desistir, nunca render-se jamais. É o nome de um filme mediano de artes marciais. Dos anos 80, talvez. I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here. Cadê meu trabuco? E aí, eu vou dar um soco na sua cara, meu irmão.
Good evening, Alan. Are we
Qual é o botão de soco?
Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're
não dá não, Alana.
If you weren't suspicious of me, I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk.
Foi o primeiro grande papel do Van Damme, é? Foi esse filme?
It will do you good.
Eu quero dar soco.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Eu assisti esse filme uma vez com meu pai quando era pequeno. Ó, tem um Anderson aqui também. É os velhinhos doido do bar lá? Não!
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me...
MGS4 é um jogo. É um jogo. É um jogo. Definitivamente é um jogo.
You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying
É legal. Eu acho Metal Gear Solid 4 legal.
Unless we fight the fantasy, it will
Mas devia ter
return.
acabado aí, Metal Gear.
The instinct
Eu
is
acho,
to
Solid.
resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Tem uma garrafa de café ali. Eu consigo pegar ela? Não. Fuck! O 5 eu não gosto. Aqui tá meio calor até. Quer dizer, esfriou e tal, porque tá de noite, mas hoje o dia foi bem quentinho. O 5 eu acho que é demais pra mim, assim. Eu não joguei, eu só assisti.
I never get tired of this view.
É o lago lá?
Very inspiring, isn't it?
É.
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems
Nikaido Gyoza, obrigado pelo sub.
funny. I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
Boa noite, Dópio.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news.
Ah,
You're in control. Every time you have a relapse,
nossa,
it
meus
will more
pêsames,
to
Luke.
resurface from the
Ele é
dark
demais do
depths.
tipo, é muita...
Not surprising.
Tá muito fundo no que suco da mensagem e das metáforas e sabe?
Your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed.
madly inside my head.
But
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into the
by
palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Boa noite, Vico. Lugar bonito, nublado pra caralho, nem um toque de verde. Eu acho, é a minha opinião, o disco.
So here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature.
Parece São
It's
Paulo.
wonderful.
Pois é.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
E aí, minha senhora?
Scary, scary, scary.
Você tá me seguindo, senhor?
Emerson,
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me.
Você não tá legal não,
Run
né?
into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Escuçudo, né?
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
Boo. Sim, é oficial. Vingador BR.
making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on
Elbow
video
strike.
games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does
Get him
involve
to
some
the head.
small
Ele trabalha com videogames. É um lixo, obviamente.
therapeutic methods.
Esse é o Remaster. Adriano. Pera aí, eu quero subir pra pegar o café lá em cima.
department had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Deixa eu só pegar meu café, doutor. Eu vi o café por aqui. Caralho, que escuro. Unha, unha. Tem um QR Code aqui. Pra onde leva esse QR Code? Será que ele funciona ainda? É um vídeo do YouTube. É a visão 3. Ah, é tipo um daqueles vídeos do Control, que são atores de verdade fazendo, tá ligado? Deixa eu ver se eu acho aqui pra abrir no desktop. Acho que não tá listado o vídeo. Não dá pra encontrar no... Procurando no YouTube não dá pra encontrar. Isso é a versão remaster, é? Sério? Valeu, desculpando. Valeu, beijo. Se eu consigo compartilhar o link aqui? Peraí. Mandei pro meu Telegram aqui, vamos ver se a gente consegue assistir. Ó, esse é o vídeo que abre com esse QR Code que a gente viu aí. João Santos, boa noite. Deixa eu ver se dá pra pôr legenda, né? Ah, em vietnamita, lógico que essa é a legenda que a gente quer. Nossa, não, nem tem coisa em inglês direito. Nem closed caption tem. Que tristeza, hein? Dum. Rapaz. Tá aí, né? Ah, alguém fez um remaster de All QR Code Vision Videos. Alguém fez uma compilação. Depois a gente assiste. Obrigado, Gustavo. Tá sem som? Ah, desculpa, gente. Eu esqueci de ligar o áudio. Depois a gente assiste direitinho. Faz um compiladão com todos os vídeos e assiste depois. Desculpa. Eu não tava vendo o chat. Perdão. Dou um sub só porque eu sou lindo. Você pode... Me objetifica mesmo. Porque é pra isso que eu tô aqui, né? Mas o vídeo era o Alan escrevendo e falando sobre uma pessoa, um cara que foi parar na praia, saindo do mar, e que ele foi lá e tava junto com a carcaça apodrecendo de um cervo, e que ele tinha que fugir, porque ele tava com muito medo.
You might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part
Por aí.
of therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Ah, os dois Anderson aí.
Rheumatism is killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers.
Olha.
Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s
Olha aí os cara.
called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short. For now, Alan, the power...
Ih, vai ficar escuro. Fudeu.
I'd better go check on it.
Que é isso? Um jogo me disse.
Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
Valhalla!
Down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was...
Ah, o Thomas Zane é o cara, né?
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Eles acham que o Alan é o tal do Zane.
Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything.
Ah, o American Nightmare, é o DLC, né?
Made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something
Véia
from
louca.
you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
A véia sinistra.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist,
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Ficaram tristes.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man.
Torugo, os dois, obrigado pelo sub.
That Bob Baldwin threw the amp through the window, hit that hippie chick in the back of the head.
Baduco, obrigado pelo sub.
Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
I'm tired, man. So tired.
Tadinhos os velhinhos. Alguém fez esse jogo de Night Springs de verdade?
I wanna go home.
E aí, pra onde eu vou? Eu achei que eu vou sair daqui. Ah, tem que voltar pro quarto. Ok, tá ok, ok. Vê que vai ficar escuro essa merda já. Aposto. Chegando no saguão vai ficar escuro.
I'm a bad dream and you can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare because
A boca, meu irmão.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago.
A cara do maluco.
Dr. wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much
Imagina ter uma pintura dessa pendurada no seu quarto.
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Bota o lugar do meu espelho. Alô?
But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Hey, Wake. Why don't you humor
The
Dr.
doors were
Hartman
locked.
and give the writer
Hartman
a
and the
shot,
nurses
huh?
would have keys,
Typewriter's in your room.
but there was no way to
You
get
can
my
to your
hands
room
on
by
them.
those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but
Ih, é as vozes.
my editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Ele tá tendo, tipo, 2 diálogos internos ao mesmo tempo. Incrível. Imagina ter a potência cerebral pra isso.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
Oh, afraid of the crazy.
Ah, agora eu posso investigar os outros quartos.
Are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Olha, eles desenharam os madeireiros ninja. E... sei lá mais o que. Não dá pra ver direito. Tá muito escuro. Eu pretendo. Um jogo me disse.
Hammer's way will have its say. Rise up in their name.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
E vamos investigar o tumulto.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
Caralho, o cara bateu na coitada da enfermeira, velho.
The backstage is all yours, Tom. Seize your destiny.
E aí, ó, estivemos indo. Podia estar melhor, confesso que podia estar melhor, sim.
That's where he'd been keeping them.
It's time to pay the piper. Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Bert. We were on the road, man. Good thing we haven't seen.
Que foto bizarra.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
E
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Pinturas sinistras, uou! Mulher doida. Bicho doido.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
A casa do Jorgito, né? Cachorro. Mais cachorro. Mais cachorro.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna do your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously, do you have any idea how much
Barry?
trouble you're... Ow! About time!
Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me.
Caralho, o maluco mandou bater e prender o Barry. Louco.
To piss off Rose after what she did to us? That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Ô Cabral, olá. Será que eu travei o jogo? Eu travei o jogo porque eu mandei abrir a porta por um ângulo em que o Alan não consegue entrar. Assim, eu tô mexendo no controle, tá? Mas não tá acontecendo nada. Acho que eu vou ter que dar um download, hein? Iniciar ponto de controle. Tá aí, né? Ah, bom, vai voltar. Tá bom, posso ir correndo.
Afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Gote, né?
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff
Eu
was
só
standing
vou dar
outside
trigger em todos os diálogos.
next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper.
Now, Mrs.
Hartman had been playing me all along.
Pronto, eu vou
The
pegar o
tapes
papel
said the
aqui.
recordings Hartman had made at the session
Ativar
with
todos os
patients.
diálogos ao mesmo
I saw
tempo.
Alex's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Não, Codere Gamer, ainda não.
Barry? Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean,
Obrigado. Uhul, arma.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Ih! Caralho, trancou o maluco. Eu gosto muito como o Alan Wake, ele é completamente poucas ideias. Ele deu uma risadinha. Ah, estava num dos manuscritos dele isso aí. Que ele ia fazer isso. Hartman vê a queda de Wake.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanky.
Eu gostaria de ver um Mega Man novo.
But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. I had to find a way out.
Ih! Ih, aqui tô dando... Tá ficando tudo doido. Tá ficando doido. Acho que eu preciso ligar o gerador aqui. Acho que sim, né? Eita porra! Mas é foda isso, tipo, as coisas que eu quero ver, todas são meio sei lá, sabe? Sabe, sei lá? É melhor passar por aqui, né? Eu acho. Ai. Oh, porra. Eita porra, eita porra, eita porra. Meu Deus do céu, pra onde eu tô indo? Ai, meu Deus. Tá tudo zoado. Ai, meu Deus, tá tudo zoado. Socorro. Ai, meu Deus. E agora? Isso foi um troféu do quê? 20 objetos possuídos, ok.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged.
Parecem levinhos, né? Pois é.
Worse, it was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
E agora? Preciso voltar, é isso? Ai, 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 ai. Ai, ai, tinha que me esconder ali. Ai, 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 ai. E aí? Oi? Ah, é porque tá vindo... Ah, o maluco tá lá... O Barry tá lá fora, porra. Ô, Barry, vem me salvar aí, na moral. Alô? Aqui não dá pra abrir. Aqui não tem nada. Aqui não tem nada. Ó, pra onde eu vou? Não é pra tirar. E agora? Gente, o que eu faço essa porra? A bola possuída? Faz sentido. Obrigado. Bem.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there. Barry, I don't have a light. Take this, Al.
Oh,
God! Look at the house, Al. Look out!
a casa está muito louca. Adeus. Ah, porra, o portão tá...
Jeez, Al! The house looks bad. Let's get out of here.
Ah, que bom, é um labirinto de... Um jardim labirinto. Vai dar tudo certo. Vai dar tudo certo.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around.
Ai. Motherfucker. Se eu vou zerar em live, sim. Olha o Iggyzinho. Tem o Iggyzinho aqui. Você tá voando, Iggyzinho? É um cachorrinho flutuante. Seu fedido. Boa noite. Traz o meu pijama pra cá, por favor. Eu tô. Don't trust Emil. Mas como eu não vou acreditar no Emil se ele é o menino mais puro do mundo?
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Ups, perdão. Ups. Ai, 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 ai. Ai, ai, ai. Ah, não. Que acabou a munição. Agora fodeu. Ai, ai, ai. Ih, fodeu. Fodeu legal. Ah, otário. Dei sorte de achar a saída. É o segurança. É o segurança doido. Ai, e tem passarinho ainda. Inferno. Passarinho. Ai, 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 morri. Filas da puta. Não, usei sem querer a porra do sinalizador. Eu acho que é inteligente tentar me livrar desses corvos primeiro. Olé! Olé! Olé nos corvos também, por que não? Olé! Ai, 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 ai. Ai, 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 pega o café. Ai, 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 ai. Olé. Ah, vou ter que usar sinalizadora com esse cara. Muito, muito. Cadê a sua escopeta? Eu queria a sua escopeta pra mim. Dududum.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his
Não,
wife.
tio Totens, eu tô jogando no normal. No normalzão da massa mesmo. Nossa, que olé! Que olé! Ai. Ai, 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 ai. Olé, de novo! Eu preciso matar vocês? Acho que sim, né? Ah! Misericórdia. Ai, tomei uma carrinhada. Carrinho de mão, papá. Babá, carrinho de mão, papá. Babá, carrinho de mão, papá. Babá. Essa é a onda do carrinho de mão. Eu tô achando ótimo. Tio Totens, achando muito bom mesmo.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Tô achando o jogo realmente muito bom. Tô gostando mais do que eu achava que ia gostar, sinceramente. Emil made Tom do it. Então o Emil é o Barry, o Tom é o Alan e a mulher sinistra é a Alice. Entendi. FL Braga, muito obrigado pelo sub. Fazendo de volta. Ô, filha da... Ai, filha da puta. Filha da puta. Mas vocês são todos filha da puta mesmo. Mas como são filha da puta vocês tudo. Pei. Ah, é, né? Vai ter o showcase do Xbox, né? Eu não sei o que esperar, sinceramente. Mano, vai ser 2 horas. Você tem noção? 2 horas de showcase, velho. Vitor, como ligar pro sub? Mano, é demais isso. Sim, sinceramente é demais. Pra quê? Cara, é um jogo bem... Dá um medinho, sim. Dá um medinho, viu? Vou dizer que dá medinho não, porque dá. Ih, vai ter um monte de inimigo aqui. Eu tô me dando essa caralhada de recurso. Vai estar cheio de inimigo nessa porra. Cheio. Ih, tem alguém ali já. É o Barry. E aí, Barry? Pera aí. A gente tem que olhar pra lá. Primeiro. Porque lá tem uma página.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
O Emil é o Hartman. Mas eu não gosto de jogo que dá susto. E depende. Esse nível do medo do Alan Wake é um medo que é bem gerenciável, assim. Pra mim. E eu tô jogando em live, né? Jogar em live facilita bastante as coisas. E aí, velho? Tá jogando Doma Castle. Bom arco. Bom arco. Ih, caralho. Tá cheia. Cara, teve um maluco por trás de mim, foda-se. Olé! Ai, ai, ai. Ok. Eu subestimei os caras. Que eu fico tentando economizar recurso e aí eu me fodo. Toda vez. Cara, eu fico absolutamente combado. Morri já. Olé! Nossa, mas é olé demais. Ai! Mas é olé demais. É olé demais. É ninja. O homem é imparável. Nossa, mas olé. Olé demais. E aí, a gente pode ir embora então? Tá. Não zeramos, tio Totens. A gente chegou perto, eu acho, mas não terminamos não.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Caralho, desintegrou a pousada. Então, o My House, ele dá medo de um jeito diferente. Ele é mais perturbador, o My House.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can...
Tem o Shrek da parede, né?
There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Ih, carai. Tava indo muito bem, né? Que você vai ter que assistir o VOD do Saideira. Pra saber. Pra conhecer o Shrek da parede. Isso, sofá. O próprio.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry! Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way! Man, what a drop! Don't worry, cutout is fine. Forget that. Are you okay? I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al! There's something moving down here! Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry! Yeah!
Yeah!
All right? I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Que episódio 4?
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting! Barry, just wait for me, okay? Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo.
This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Melhor capítulo? Sim, tá sendo um bom capítulo até agora. Por acaso, em algum momento a minha vida aumenta? Tipo, a minha barra de vida, ela fica maior? Não? Que? Ih! Vou ter que... Não aprendi a dizer adeus! Ai! Pô, só porque eu tropecei na porra do carrinho de mão? Ai! Aqui é o pra onde tem que ir mesmo, não é? Ou não? Não, é só um manuscrito. Cool. Não sei se eu joguei os DLCs, Victor. Vocês acham que precisa?
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
E era o Walter mesmo? Esse Remastered podia vir, né, com o DLC. Ai. Cara, porra. Combado pelo... Filha da puta. Ah, o remaster vem. Walter é o cuidador dos Andersons. Ah. Saquei. Mas os DLCs, vocês acham que vale a pena mais jogar? Ou só, tipo... Só ir? Só ler a respeito ou assistir, sei lá. Ai. Jesus Cristo. Não, eu tô curtindo o jogo sim. Tô curtindo, só tipo... Porque assim, acabando aqui eu provavelmente vou jogar Control. E aí... Ou eu vou pro Control, ou eu jogo os DLCs. Ou, sim, quer dizer... Ou jogo em seguida do Alan Wake, ou eu jogo os DLCs ou eu vou direto pro Control, entendeu? Então, eu nunca terminei o Control. Ai!
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Eu caí, filha da puta. Jogo, filha da puta.
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Ah, então, se os DLCs já estão aqui com o jogo e tal, então eu vou jogar.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Nightingale, filha da puta, né? Quantum Break parece que não tem muita coisa, tá vendo? Né? Pelo que eu entendo. Tem? Até Max Payne tem.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Trust no one in the dark. Assim, eu sei da conexão de Alan Wake com Max Payne. E eu, de fato, quero jogar Max Payne eventualmente, assim. Gostaria de... Porque eu nunca joguei nenhum, nem o 2. Quantum Break, pelo que eu perguntei pros meninos, parece que é uma coisa mais de referências e tal, né? Não tanto de... Porra. Caralho. Eu não sei qual é a melhor forma de jogar Max Payne hoje em dia. Não faço ideia. Qual é? Não tava pra sair remake de Max Payne, não? É, no GOG? Pode crer. Vou atrás, então. Gosto de coisas... Gosto de comprar coisas no GOG. Mas aí qualquer coisa dá pra patear, né? A dublagem, imagina. Cadê o André? Cadê o André? André Campos vai responder essa pergunta pra gente, hein? Cadê?
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
No original é Energizer? Preciso arrumar uma cópia original pra mim, então. Pra ter a true experience. Ah, não tem mais no GOG? Sério? Tá tudo claro.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui pra ver se tem o Max Payne ou não. A minha conta no GOG é tão velha que não é nem Tengu Maru ainda. É a proto versão. Não tem Max Payne realmente no GOG. Não tem. É só pelo launcher da Rockstar mesmo? É, no Steam só tem o Max Payne 3. Não tem o 1 e o 2. Lamentável. Pô, esse bagulho de cada empresa querer fazer um launcher é paia demais, né, cara? Ah, eu esqueci que essa porra é armadilha. Ah, tem um maluco aqui, óbvio que tem. Mas é óbvio que tem. O olé. Mas vai tomar olé, né? Que o pai dibra demais aqui. Dibro mais que o Neymar do Pix. Neymar do fixado. Max Payne 2 na nuvem. Mas eu queria... Bom, bem... Até agora descobri onde dá pra arrumar o 1.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
O que é aqui? The taken are filled with darkness. Eu já sabia disso. Pô, e lançar a Devolver lançar um launcher dela própria ia ser engraçado, de fato. Ia ser bem engraçado. O que tem no launcher? O launcher da Rockstar é que nem a Battle.net, é só os jogos da própria Rockstar. Oh, caralho. Ai, porra, tava na cara do gol ali, velho. Vai se fuder. Tem todos os 3. Aliás, vocês estão empolgados com... O Diablo 4 tá carão, né? Eu confesso que eu tenho um soft spot por Diablo, porque eu joguei bastante na minha adolescência. Você zerou hoje, achou 10/10. Ah, subiram o preço? Eu imaginei que iam acabar subindo. Filha da puta, me acertou uma machadada aqui. Na moral, zona mesmo.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Dum.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry?
No! Danny, you're not... Ah! Please! Ah! What are you... What are you... Ah! No! No! I'm sorry! Ah! Ah!
É. Acho que alguém morreu. Nossa, R$350 versão base do Diabo, não é nem fudendo. Você tá completamente fora de si. Esse preço. Se fuder. Não é nem pra ser um Zelda. Tá caro pra Zelda, imagina pro Diablo. Ainda mais com FIFA 16 vindo aí.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up.
Tá com passe de batalha, o Diablo?
Movie. The best friends. Suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
Foda, hein, man. Foda, man. Como é difícil enxergar nessa caralho aqui. Ih, a TV piscou.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Tudo bem. Caralho, eu tô perdido de novo já. Aqui.
still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Deixa eu dar uma olhadinha aqui, pra ver se eu tô... Ó, tem uma página que sabia.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
Banheiro. Eu nem olhei o carro.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Parede invisível, que delícia! Eu errei o caminho? Sim. Ou não. Opa! Opa! A hitbox uma pedrinha. Dududum.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars.
Ah, o palco que ele falou.
Sunk in until I saw the stage.
Muito louco. God damn! Boa noite, Marvel. ai, ai! Porra! É o Rosk.
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Johnson. Shut up and shoot. Ow! We have to fight them all. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is... Ow! Hold on. I'll try to get the stage lights on.
Ai. Ai, 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 ai. Ah, mano. Depois de Stormblood tem Shadowbringers e Endwalker, velho.
Ow! We have to fight them all. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Hey, notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is... Hold on. I'll try to get the stage lights on.
Ah, acabou meus sintetizadores. Opa! Opa! Ai, 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 ai. Ai, ai, ai. Porra. Não, você vai saber. Você vai saber, você vai ter certeza quando vier Shadowbringers. Não tem como errar.
Shut up and shoot. Ow! We have to fight them all. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo? This place is... Hold on. I'm trying to get the lights on.
Que ódio! Os mano brota do nada, velho.
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Johnson. Shut up and shoot. Ow! We have to fight them all. I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out. Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is... Hold on. I'll try to get the stage lights on. Here we go.
Morre, desgraça! Rock and roll! Não acredito que eu morri! Que ódio! Mano, os malucos te comba, velho. É muito doido isso. Ô, porra. Ai, ai. Mano, por que... Por quê? Cat, por quê? Ah, meu Deus do céu. Puta que pariu. Ah, ok. Até cutscene ficou em preto e branco. E aí, ó, tudo bom, mano? Tá sumido? Oi, sumida. Como é que você tá?
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Peguei a garrafa de café, sim.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Você tá ligado que você tá com uma grande dívida comigo, né? Otto.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time.
Vamos jogar um streetzinho. Mas você ainda tá com uma dívida enorme comigo. Tá sim. Eu te convidei pro meu aniversário e você não veio. Aquilo ali é uma página? É.
As the deputies hauled Wake and Wheeler away, Agent Nightingale eagerly examined the stack of papers Wake had been carrying. It was incomplete, a collection of random pages, but there was enough. He saw his own name in there, among others. His hands shook with emotion. Finally, it was proof. He had been right all along.
É, Otto. É, garoto. A Carol veio, o Jé veio. Aquilo ali brilhando é uma página do... É só uma luz do cenário. É uma... Eu não sei o que é. Eu consigo ir ali? Consigo. Ahá.
Deputy Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think writers were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one struck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done, except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out.
Não, nem tô, Dave Summoner. Não tô, não. Não tô tentando caçar nenhum troféu em particular, não. Só tô deixando a vida me levar.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way,
I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
Cara, eu tô gostando bem, viu?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Eu tô gostando bem.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
É, Otto. Tudo bem, tudo bem. Vamos assistir um night coisa.
Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Was this one of your episodes?
In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this. But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep.
Não, tudo bem, tá suave. Eu tô enchendo o seu saco, tá tudo bem.
Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream. But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this. Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys. And they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there. I don't know what that means. It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he...
Mesmo? Papo sério.
No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm. Hey, something's happening here. Yeah? What's that? What? Can't you hear that? Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Ih, nem teve encerramento aí. Esse foi episódio especial. Tonho, obrigado pelo sub. Eba, vou ganhar um lanche de graça. Mas sério, vamos jogar um streetzinho aí, pô. Pelo menos.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field. naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
Não, não peguei não, cara, porque tá caro pra caralho, né? Esse ATRAVÉS, esses remasters aí tão super caros, né? É tipo quase 400 conto pelos jogos.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Ai, pronto. Agora é o que? É Viking que eu vou ter que matar? Ai. Sendo combado pra variar. Remakes com campanha. Não sei. Qual do que, Devil Summoner? É, não sei não, cara. Não tô por dentro, não. Ai. Ô, Barry. Pô, me ajuda a te ajudar, velho. Ai, pô, morri. Me ajuda a te ajudar! Hoje foi domingo, né? O dia que se encerrou agora foi domingo. É isso? Tô certo? Tô certo. O tempo passa de um jeito maluco, né? Loucura total.
Wow, those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
The door was barred from the other side. I'd have to find another way.
Another way onde o cara pálida. Ah, aqui.
Be careful, Al!
Infelizmente, segunda.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Ah, é, né? Tem feriado quinta-feira, né? Nossa, faz tempo que a gente não vê a galerinha do... do rádio.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, you know, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, you know, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but... Definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, you know? Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Então, Leonardo, perdão. Vamos descobrir, né? Então, eu tô gostando bastante.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Será se vai ter um monte de inimigo agora de novo? Será? Ah, colheitadeira ninja. Ah, preciso matar a colheitadeira. Show! Cara, lá já chegou. Mano, os inimigos andam muito rápido nesse jogo. Os inimigos andam muito rápido nesse jogo. Na moral. Oops.
Is that you out there, buddy?
I had to find a key to get Barry out.
Yeah, it's me. Hang on. I'll try to find a key to get the door open.
Hey, what's the holdup? Come on, this place is all dusty. You know I got my allergies.
Cocaine crabs from outer space, wow.
Come on, Al, open the door already. Seriously, I don't like it in here. Hey, let's go, man.
Ah, é, tava aqui, ok.
I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy.
Cara, tipo, o Alan dá tipo uma ombradinha assim, o bagulho já cede.
On the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Valhalla.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this.
Chupa Kratos.
The lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
Pô, uma casinha bonitinha, mano. Caiu a porta da geladeira, ok, né? Tudo bem.
downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in.
All the gods know the truth.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Semana perdida.
Come on, Al, let's get the lights on, huh?
Of course, we need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talking about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Find the lady in the light.
That's gotta be what's her face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right, must be.
Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Eles vão tomar o moonshine batizado com a água do Lago Sinistro.
You're a crazy bastard. I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, you're like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
E agora? E agora? E agora? Tomaria não, mano. Mó bagulho sinistro isso aí. Dum. Ih! Ah, aconteceu. Descobri o que aconteceu com a semana perdida.
It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
E.
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe.
Ih, a véia, foi a véia que apareceu pra botar a ideia errada na cabeça dele.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Eu não sei. Ainda não sei do mistério que aconteceu.
You were foolish to think so.
Ah.
She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead.
Oh, caralho, que anticlimático isso.
You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Entendi.
Yes, I'll write. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back.
Ih, sustinho, hein?
I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. We'll know I'm here. It will be back soon.
Caralho. Altos twists.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault and you're gonna pay for it.
Filha da puta! Vamos deixar tocar, sim. Bonzão o som, hein? Chat. Chat. O stream de hoje está ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado pela companhia nesse finzinho de domingo, começo de segunda-feira. Hoje é segunda, é dia de vértice, certo? Dia de vértice. Eu vou mandar vocês pra uma streamer que eu descobri outro dia, que ela tá jogando Diablo 4, ela mora no Japão e tá tentando também o corre aí de criação de conteúdo. Vão lá, se vocês gostarem, dão um like. Like não. Dão um follow no stream. Acho que é a pessoa pra tentar dar um apoiozinho nesse final de domingo aí. Tá bom? Beijo pra vocês. E a gente se vê por aí. Tá bom? Beijos. Tchau.